Hi everyone, I just wanted to quickly show you how the Pinterest automation works, just so you've got a good feel on exactly what it does and how it could help you. So as you can see here, this is in my Pinterest account, and you can see that these ones are starting to get some clicks on them, which is great. So starting to get some traction. So all of these Pinterest pins were generated automatically by my automation. So all I have set up is basically a handful of Pinterest templates. I have a placeholder where it puts in the first mock-up image, the main mock-up image from Etsy into this Pinterest template. So as you can see, when I initially started, I had two templates, one with writing at the top and one with writing at the bottom. And so as we went along, I did change it. So you can see that's the one with one at the bottom. That's one with one at the top, and I did mix in a few different variations because I wanted to test it all. So I've been testing it for quite a while now. It's working quite well. I have tweaked how the keywords and stuff are coming across, and the types of words that are coming across, because I didn't like some of the words that it was using, like elevate and boost and words like that were very, very ChatGPT sounding. So we did change that. So I have tweaked with it quite a bit. So you see here, you've got words like boost. Didn't like those. We had a few things got cut off. But overall, it's been working, and it's just automatically pinning in the background. So I don't have to do anything. And that's the main thing. That was the main thing I was trying to achieve here, is that it just runs in the background completely on autopilot. So now that I've shown you how it's actually coming out on Pinterest, I want to jump across and quickly show you how it works. So the first thing that we actually do is we bring in our listing details from Etsy. So I have an automation that will pull all of this information through into the sheet for you. So basically, once the information is in here, then we would set up the automation that runs it all through for you. So what happens is when you purchase, you'll get 3 different automations, plus you'll get the Google Sheet and a Pinterest pin template. But basically what happens is you use one called the Daily Pins automation, and it runs through everything, and it's set up so that it automatically runs on a time period. So depending on how frequently you want it to run. Now, these are the ones that you would actually get. I'm just going to jump out and back into my scenarios to find the one that I have actually running, which is this one, just so I can show you how it works. Okay, so basically you can see here we've got a timer, and it's currently set to go every 2 hours. So it pins a pin of a listing from my store every 2 hours on autopilot on Pinterest for me. So I can show you exactly how this works. So if we look at this sheet here, this is the next listing in line. You can see it says ready here. The ones above it say that they're pinned already. So what it does is it goes through, we can hit run once here. It goes through, it grabs that next listing. It uses the information from Etsy to put into ChatGPT, which then spits out details for the title for the actual pin, then the title for Pinterest itself, and description and tags as well. And then it goes through and updates the sheet as it goes through. Then it creates the actual Pinterest pins here, pins it to Pinterest for you, then updates the sheet. So if we go back now, you can see that one has just finished. And if you open it up here, you can see this is the pin that has just been actually added. And if we go back to Pinterest and we hit refresh, you'll see it is there. So that is how it works. And so it's automatically doing this for you all day, every day. Now, my thoughts were, okay, what happens when it gets to the end of all of my listings? So I considered that in the automation, and the very last step here is actually adding it back to the list. So what happens is once it's listed, So if we look at this one, this coaching template bundle, if we now scan all the way to the end of all of these listings, you can see it has been added again. So it's just like a constant rotation. And each time it's randomly selecting a Pinterest pin template. So I've got 6 of them in there now, but you could have 26 if you wanted. You just have your different Pinterest pin templates and it just rotates through them. Once it finishes, it starts rotating through them again. So the more you add, the more you have in that rotation, it's just going to keep going through it. So everyone's going to look different once it's got your listing image and stuff pulled through into it anyway. So with the actual templates themselves, they do have a placeholder for text and they also have a placeholder image. So when you actually open up the template, you do have to leave this image in here. So you can move things around, you can change everything here, but based on the size of your mock-up image, hopefully yours will be about the same, 2000 by 2000 pixels. If not, it'll go across vertically and it'll have a little bit more space at the top and the bottom, which is fine too. But basically you can move this around and change the templates. That's no problem at all. Add your own branding, take out anything that you don't like. So these are actually in Google Slides. We couldn't automate the Canva side. It was a bit too tricky. So I went with Google Slides because it's pretty simple and everybody has access to it. So that is how that works. With the Pinterest boards, there is an automation that will pull through the board ID for you because you can't actually post to Pinterest without this ID and it's not publicly available. So you do have to have that automation and pull that in as the very first stage in this actual setup of this sheet. So basically, I'll walk you through how to set up everything on this sheet, how to set up the automations and get it all working, and then you just let it go in the background. So it's pretty cool that you can, come back in every day and you can see how many have actually pinned for you and you've not had to do anything at all. So that to me is amazing, and that is exactly what I wanted to achieve with it, to be honest. So you get this sheet, you get one Pinterest pin template that you can use and you just move things around on it. So you can just duplicate it and edit things because you can't remove that image that I have on there, that placeholder image, simply because it has like an ID in the background so that it knows that that's the placeholder. So you do need to create some more pins, but they do need to include an image somewhere, and using that demo one that I have in there. So basically it works by, we import all the Etsy listings into this sheet, we pull our Pinterest boards through into this sheet, we set up our Pinterest pin templates, we connect up all of the automations, connecting them to our account, and make sure we've got a Pinterest business account that it's all going to be posted on. And then it's off to the races. It is just going to go on autopilot and go through the whole thing, however frequently you want to set it. So if you wanted to set it for 3 times a day, you would just put that in minutes. So you just have to work it out. Could be like, what is it? Could be like 480 minutes or something like that, or 360 minutes. Whatever it is that you decide that you want to put in there, that's how often it would go. It'll just go automatically. So it's completely customizable as well. Like, I'm not a Pinterest expert, not claiming to be. All I'm doing is giving you a system that works automatically. So if you wanted to do any tweaks, you can easily just open this OpenAI section here. You could copy the prompt. So you could just copy this entire prompt, put it into your own ChatGPT, and just say to it, this is what I would like to change this to include. Can you make sure you don't ruin anything that's already in this existing prompt, and just add to it what it is that I want to achieve, and give me a new prompt. And then it should be able to give you the exact prompt that you can copy and paste back in. Now, if it did go haywire, it's probably a good idea just to copy this and put it on a notepad just in case it does go a bit funny. But it should be pretty good. And then you can just, once you've pasted it in, you can just hit save and then test it and see if it does exactly what you want it to do. So that is how it all works. I hope that you're as excited about it as I am. I'm pretty pumped up about it because I've been using it for a while now, and I just think it's a dream because it's just working for me in the background. And so in the future, I do want to expand on it and not just have it for Etsy, but also have it for promoting other things as well. So, pretty excited about it. If you're excited about it, feel free to check it out.